The European Union almost banned Bitcoin. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about a bill called MiCA that was proposed to the European Union Parliament that narrowly avoided banning Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and all proof-of-work cryptocurrencies. It was voted down this morning in a vote of 32 against and 24 in favor. We're going to be talking about what this bill was, the threat that it posed to the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, the vote against this bill, and then we're going to be talking a little bit about Bitcoin's price action in response to a major ban on Bitcoin that didn't happen. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. So context, the European Union parliamentarians on Monday have voted on a draft of the proposed Markets in Crypto Assets, MiCA, framework that discussed a ban on the mining process. MiCA, EU's legislative package for governing digital assets, in it mentioned limiting the use of cryptocurrencies powered by energy-intensive computing processes, also known as proof of work, and they did indeed vote that down. So if you don't know what Bitcoin mining is, essentially, you turn a bunch of computers on, you plug them into something called the SHA-256 hashing algorithm, and you mine Bitcoin through a proof of work consensus mechanism. There's about 200 million terahash worth of mining going on right now, and that takes a lot of electricity. Now, the European Union has been on a crusade for 20 years to shut down carbon. They're phasing out gas vehicles. They're doing all kinds of things with renewables, trying to lower their carbon impact, which is a great thing. However, whenever they are doing that, then they also look to shut down things like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for the sake of the environment. That is a political topic that I'm not going to get into in this stream, in this video. However, I obviously stand for Bitcoin, and I do not want the EU to ban Bitcoin. That probably wouldn't work anyway. But as per the provisions in the bill, the crypto assets will be subject to the EU's minimum environmental sustainability standards with respect to their consensus mechanism used for validating transactions before being issued, offered, or admitted to trading in the Union. So, if this had been passed, any cryptocurrency that used proof of work instead of proof of stake or another consensus mechanism would have ended up being banned. Now, this is something that I will make a statement on. I do not think it's the government's job to pick and choose technology that will succeed and will fail. I do, however, think that it's a very good thing that they did vote this down. Elon Musk also agrees. He's commented on this as well. Now, as you can see right here, the Econ Committee of the EU Parliament just voted the de facto POW ban, 32 against and 24 in favor. And this has felt like a ton of bricks off the shoulders of the cryptocurrency markets because, as you know, Bitcoin has been trading sideways for the last several weeks. In fact, ever since March the 4th, Bitcoin has been trading sideways between $37,500 and $40,000 with very small blips. What I want to do now is show you a little bit of the price action and talk about where Bitcoin might go now that just about an hour ago, Bitcoin was officially not banned in the European Union, which, by the way, in case you didn't know, makes up a quarter of the global gross domestic product with about $25 trillion in GDP. So that would have been a very, very bad thing for cryptocurrency, although, as I said, I don't think the people would have respected that ban. They would have gone around it. Anyway, there is a downtrend right here on Bitcoin, as you can see, starting on the 2nd of March, 2022, going back to $45,000. Then there is another local high on the 9th of March, set at $42,500. Connecting these two, we see that there is a downtrend that Bitcoin currently needs to break above. Bitcoin is also above a longer-term uptrend right here that has been in play ever since January the 22nd of this year. Bitcoin over the last 10 days has more or less been trading sideways with just a few outliers, but now in just the last 2 days, it has actually formed an inverse head and shoulders pattern, as you can see right here. We have two shoulders right here, our left shoulder on the 13th of March, our right shoulder formed in just the last couple of hours from recording this video at 11:36 a.m. Eastern, and we can see that there is a shoulder line, a neckline right here at $39,000. If we just go ahead and look at the price target of this inverse head and shoulders pattern, we can see that it rallies us straight up to the downtrending level of resistance that we put into play over the last 12 days. So the question on the table now is that now that this FUD has been lifted, is Bitcoin about to break bullish here and rally all the way up to this downtrending level of resistance? Well, I am here to give you my Bitcoin price projection. I do think that Bitcoin will attempt to break to the upside right now, as this is de facto bullish news. However, the bad thing is Bitcoin right now is in such a boring state. So many people have tuned out of Bitcoin. Search volume for the word crypto is down over 50% from where it was November of last year. We have seen so many people pull out of the market that right now the only people in the market are the diehard fans. If you're watching this, you probably have a decently sized portfolio, or you are absolutely committed to the mission and the vision and the principles and the purpose of the cryptocurrency industry, which is great. However, there is not a lot of volatility in the space right now. So normally I would say with this news, we should see a buy the release event, because this was a bad news story and we found out that it wasn't going to actually happen. We should see people that would buy the market and rally the market here. However, in this case, I am a little bit skeptical that we're going to actually see a break to the upside. So here are the three scenarios. Obviously, it can go up. We can rally all the way to the upside. We can not do anything and we can trade sideways and ignore the news. Or for some reason, we could break to the downside. Of these three, I think breaking to the downside is the least likely. I also think that breaking to the upside is not that likely as well. I actually, and I hate to say this, I actually think Bitcoin is going to kind of ignore this news, even though this really should be a bullish story. And here's my final point that I will make in this. You might be wondering, Jeb, isn't this a really good thing? The European Union did not ban Bitcoin. Okay, great. Shouldn't Bitcoin rally because it was probably being suppressed? Whenever you're in a downtrend in a market, whether you're in a bear market or you've been moving to the downside for several months, as we have been, bearish news almost always gives fire to the bears. However, bullish news very rarely gives much fuel to the bulls. That's why the downtrend is happening in the first place. The bears are given more fuel than the bulls are, and so they're able to actually run with it. Think about it like this. If you have a small fire going and you pour gasoline on it, what's it going to do? It's going to get bigger. That's what we're seeing happen with the bears right now. They have a little bit of momentum, not a ton, but a little bit of momentum. So whenever they get a little bit of gas poured on them, such as the European Union banning crypto or the war going on in Ukraine or any other thing, you pour some gas for the bears and they just go crazy with it. However, right now with the bulls, there's not a spark, there's not an ember, there's not a flame, there's nothing. So if you pour gas for the bulls and you give them fuel, they can't do anything with it because they don't have the ignition. They don't have the kickoff. So right now, this was a bullish story. However, the bulls are not in charge right now. So the bulls didn't really do anything with it. So in my opinion, technically speaking, we should see a break to the upside. We should rally to $40,000 over the next 12 hours as a result of this. My projection is we're going to do absolutely nothing with this news. However, it is very important that you are kept up to date with what's going on, and we're the channel that does that for you. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Follow us on social media at CryptoJeb over on Instagram and Twitter, and at CryptoJebOfficial over on TikTok. But before we go, though, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, you should definitely consider subscribing, because we're trying to help you become financially free in these cryptocurrency markets. And also, consider following us on Twitter at CryptoJeb for more updates on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Peace.